Okay, am I? Hi. Okay, sorry. Okay, so hi everyone. Welcome to Healing the Inner Child Book Club. Okay, from the online healing community. Again, I'm Jun Hebrew, a psychotherapy practitioner, life coach, a consciousness and meditation teacher, and an energetic yogi. And today, or rather tonight, okay, we will be talking about taking the courage or having the courage to take the first step, and that will be that will be our point of discussion for this for this soul conversation, as if I may call it. And I think it's fitting that we are talking about this because also this is the last step, or I mean, this is the last um, stream that we will have publicly, all right, for Healing the Inner Child Book Club. And we're still actually considering whether to have more of this. And so far, we are very happy with the kind of responses that we are getting from the viewers. And it's just amazing what we can actually do, okay, with technology nowadays. Now, with regard to taking having the courage to take the first step, there are so many first steps in our lives, okay, that would open a lot of possibilities for us. And I think now the invitation is having the courage to take the first step, to actually ask, not necessarily for help, to ask for help, yes, perhaps, but to ask for what you want. There's no shame in asking for help from other people, and there's no shame in asking for what you want. I think that we have been so conditioned by our society to focus on so much on being independent, right? That we are ignoring the possibility or the fact that we can actually be interdependent with other people. There are a lot of possibilities, or there are more possibilities when we actually collaborate with other people and just simply open ourselves to them and just simply allow ourselves to be seen for who we really are. If you remember, the very first one is actually also about courage, right? Because it started it started with courage. The courage to be seen, okay? The courage to face the wounds that I had in the past. The courage to actually see them, all right? See them face to face and really look at them so that I know what I was accepting. Because sometimes it's hard, sometimes we convince ourselves that, yeah, I know I have reconciled with my past, I have accepted my past already. But the thing is, sometimes we we cannot fully accept unless we know what we are actually accepting. And I think with acceptance comes the awareness also of what we are accepting. And it can't be just, I'm okay now, I'm good, it's good, I've accepted it, we're good. And most oftentimes, it doesn't necessarily work that way. So, taking the courage or having the courage to take the first step, I think first to see the past, okay, to see the wounds in the past. Okay, not everyone is ready, we respect that. Okay, not everyone's ready, we respect that. But if something is telling you inside your head, okay, I think I want to do this, okay, I think I want to dive deeper into myself so that I could develop more self-awareness. If there's a voice nudging you to do that, maybe it's your higher self telling you, "Hey, it's time." All right, and the fear that you think you are experiencing right now is normal, but at the same time, I think what the fear is telling you is that you can conquer me. Okay, come on, be courageous. Okay, maybe that's what it's telling you. My teacher, right? My teacher from, okay, I call her Master Faith. Okay, once reminded me when I was on my way to my own journey in healing, and this is what she mentioned that I would probably always remember: what's good for your soul, do not delay. So let's just allow that to sink in. What's good for your soul, do not delay. So, what are you delaying right now that could be good for you? And what if you are not delaying what's good for you? You know, the thing is, we delay what's good for us because we feel that we are not worthy. And we feel deep inside us that we are not deserving of the good things in life. And believe me, I've talked to a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people, experienced a lot of people who do not want to take the first step, who do not want to embrace the courage to take the first step, simply because they feel that they're not enough and that they're not deserving of healing, because there's a lot of guilt also that's happening inside their head. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve the good things in life. All right, maybe this is all I've got to have in my life. All right, and I'd like to settle where I am right now. But what if there are a lot of possibilities waiting for you once you have conquered your fear, once you have conquered what's holding you back? And what if your time is now? Okay, what if your time has arrived and all you've got to say is yes to healing? A lot of people are thinking, okay, they're thinking that, yeah, I've already said yes to healing, but they really haven't said yes to it because their yes is actually more of avoidance. Their yes to healing or yes to the next step in their lives is actually more of avoiding what seems to be a subject of discomfort for them. I was browsing through my Facebook and I saw that Oprah wrote this book, all right, and the title of the book is "What Happened to You." All right, that's the title of the book, "What Happened to You," and Oprah explained that she wanted to make it as a title of the book because a lot of people sometimes have stories to tell, but they don't know how to tell it. What happened to you is actually, I think, a wonderful question, a powerful question. That when you ask this to people, they will think, yeah, what happened to me? Why am I in the space that I am in right now? And it actually allows for you to have a higher level of awareness to see, to check, okay, so what really happened to me? And it's a powerful question as well because we all want to change, right? And when you're asked, okay, you want to change, but then you can't change. I remember, right, this song, gusto kong bumait pero di ko magawa. Okay? It reminds me of this leadership workshop that I took, right? And there's this facilitator who always mentioned it. Okay, so right, you want to change, you want to become a better person, but how come you can't do it? All right. Maybe the question is not because you can't do it, but because you can't answer the question, what happened to you? So, what happened to you? What happened to you? And maybe when you answer that, question what happened to you, you'll find out that, hey, these are the things that happened to me in the past. These are the things that I've really kept to myself for a long time. And maybe it's time that I talk about this. Maybe this time is the opportunity for it. And people do not like that question, right? Generally speaking, I think if you ask people what happened to you, right, they will maybe ask you back, what do you mean what happened to me? It's as if they will be put in a defensive mode, right, of where they are right now. And I think most commonly the answers of many people to that, nothing happened to me, in a form of denial that nothing really happened to me, I'm okay. It's okay to not be okay. And it's okay to not be okay when things happen to you, or if there were things that actually happened to you. And in a proper forum, it's actually okay to talk about these things in a safe environment that's created specially for you. It's actually okay to talk about these things. As a matter of fact, Brene Brown said, one of my favorite authors, mentioned the antidote to shame is empathy. And if there are a lot of things that you are shameful about, things that happened to you in the past that still, up until now, you can't face because of the shame story and the guilt story that go with it, there is an environment created specially for you. One example is the online healing community and the other courses we're offering for our followers, where we are able to create a safe space for people to actually just tell their heart out and speak their truth and tell the stories that they've been holding for a long time, as they are surrounded by people who will cheer for them, encourage them, and not tell them, don't be so dramatic, okay? Get over it. Okay, and I'm speaking from experience, from my own experience, okay, that when there were times when I tried talking about the stories I had in the past, right? I would just be met with people saying, well, I've had worse than that. Okay, ako nga ganito yung nangyari sa akin. Ikaw nga ganyan lang nangyari sa'yo. Eh. Well, we're not saying they're wrong. That's probably, it's their way probably of making themselves feel better or making other people become courageous because they've had it worse. And because they've had it worse, okay, you should also be overcoming whatever it is that you're going through, right? But it doesn't work that way. So I hope that when someone opens up to you, you don't say that. Okay, you don't say I've had it worse. You don't say I've been through worse than that. Okay, your challenges are minute compared to mine. So I hope you don't say that. So I hope you don't say that. And so in the space that we have created in online healing community, we allow people to share and we allow ourselves to also practice empathy, right? Not sympathy, but empathy to these people. And just allow them, okay? Just give them this space where they feel that whatever it is that they're talking about is actually a valid thing, that their emotions are valid, that their fears are valid, okay? And that they themselves are valid because you are valid. And I think, I'm not sure who needs to hear this, but you, whoever you are right now, you are valid. You are valid. And just allow that to sink in. All right? Just allow that to sink in. I am valid. You're valid to be heard. You're valid to be seen. All right? You're valid to feel. Your emotions are valid. Your body is valid. Your mind is valid. We have we have grown up in a society where people would just notice what's wrong with us, but not necessarily what's right with us, right? And if you grew up in a traditional schooling, if you grew up in traditional schooling, uh, when I say traditional schooling, maybe not traditional, okay, but when you go up to some kind of schools where teachers are conditioned to criticize and just focus more on your weaknesses rather than your strengths, okay, it also shapes your belief systems that, oh my gosh, I know I'm not valid. I need to work hard to become valid. But the thing is, you don't need to work hard to become valid. As a matter of fact, it doesn't require work at all for you to be valid. The mere fact that you are existing in this world, the mere fact that you are breathing air, it means you're valid and that life chooses you. All right, life chooses you. And if life chooses you, the only conclusion you can come up with is that your life chooses you because you're valid. You're valid to have life. I know I'm rambling. Okay, I'm rambling. And our topic is supposed to be about, having the courage to take the first step. Having the courage to take the first step. So, what first step can you take? What first step can you take? Ask help. There's no shame in it. Try to tell your story. At least find someone whom you can share your stories to because you are not alone. You don't need to keep it to yourself. You don't need to keep it to yourself. Find find a community like ours, right? Like an online healing community where you can actually just be yourself, where people are supportive, where people, you know, are not judgmental. Okay, I mean we're all judgmental, but at a certain level, right? But find some people who will somehow who will make right judgment, perhaps. Okay, with regard to you and your experiences and the things that you would like to share. Maybe having the courage to take the first step means simply phoning a friend, right? Or maybe messaging someone that you'd like to have a conversation. And this is what I like about our community, online healing community. We talk to each other on matters that would be good for our souls, on matters that would actually shape us to become better people, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually. All right? And it's good to be surrounded by these kinds of people in this community that we have. And so, my invitation is what's stopping you from embracing the courageous you? What's stopping you from embracing the best version of you? And I think next to that question would be what are you willing to do differently this time so that maybe you'd feel that you are 1 inch closer to the life that you want for yourself? That maybe you are 1 inch, just let's take it baby steps, okay? 1 inch or 1 foot closer to the life that you want to create for yourself. And what are your possibilities? Okay, what if your stories are actually just looking for the right audience and you have found the right audience for it? What if the stories that you have are actually your foundations of strength and they're not necessarily to be viewed as your weaknesses? So just consider that. Just consider that. So next week we're launching our course, okay? a joyful journey to healing the inner child. And one of the reasons why we're launching this course is because we think that we are a generation of kids, okay? We have a generation of kids who are now adults, okay, who have experienced many challenges growing up, but then don't know how to talk about it. You won't believe it, but um, around 60, around 65 to 70, around 70, 60 to 70% of my psychotherapy clients have experienced child abuse, have witnessed it, or have been, or were direct victims of it. And we're talking about sexual abuse, we're talking about emotional abuse, we're talking about physical abuse, okay, we're talking about verbal abuse. And many of the clients who come to me, that is their that is the center of our discussion sometimes. The experiences that they had when they were a child that up until now they cannot reconcile. But what if you can? And another thing is, if you have read earlier, Healing the Inner Child, A Joyful Journey, what if your journey can be joyful, right? What if the journey doesn't have to be very heavy? Okay, what if for you to be able to start to open up yourself, okay, to be able to open up yourself, you just need a nudge from a community, right? Hey, it's okay. What if this is a sign that you've been waiting for to actually start your own journey of healing? What if? So, again, um, we are inviting you to attend our course. To first, well, download the book, all right? Download the book. There's a free chapter of the book, Healing the Inner Child. And also join us in the Healing the Inner Child, A Joyful Journey course that we will be having on May 8th. And we hope to see you there. All right? So if I don't see, I'm blinded right now. I don't see if we have questions coming in, or I don't see if there are people. Let me check my StreamYard. Nasa ibang window kasi ako. All right. So thank you, Karen, for that. Okay, thank you. Um, so I hope to see you guys on May 8th. All right, and I hope that you join our community, online healing community, and I hope you guys download the free chapter and get the book. All right, and join us in our wonderful, joyful journey of healing. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. You can watch the replay. I'll see you very, very soon. Thank you. Bye.